Running Minecraft plugins on a Fabric server. Believe it or not, it has been possible for literal years using a mod named Cardboard. Now, even though I've known about this project for a long time, I've never showcased it here on the channel, which is kinda ironic as I'm a YouTuber who covers both plugins and mods a lot. But the reason I've decided to not showcase it until now is simply that I never have a lot of trust in projects like these. Yes, they are immensely cool, and if a developer can pull it off with consistent results, it may be the best thing ever, because there are some incredibly cool Minecraft plugins out there that just don't exist in mod form. And the nice thing about plugins is that you know they're always server-side only, unlike mods. But getting something like the Bucket or the Paper API working on a Fabric server has always seemed too good to be true to me. But I've been getting quite a lot of requests from you guys to check out Cardboard, so today I will. I'm gonna see if I can prove myself wrong. I'm gonna install Cardboard on a Fabric server, and then I will go ahead and install a bunch of Minecraft plugins to see if I can get some of them working and get somewhat consistent results doing so. Let's boot Cardboard up to the ultimate test. Do make sure to sub to the channel if you've not done so yet. The majority of my viewers is not actually a subscriber. You can change that. A single click will do, and you would help me out so incredibly much. So Cardboard is a mod available on Modrinth, and it implements the Bucket, Spigot and Paper API into a Fabric server. And this means that in theory, Bucket, Spigot and Paper plugins should all be able to run on a Fabric server using Cardboard. Good to keep that in mind. Now this project as of right now is, yes, 6 years old. So let's see how reliable it actually is. I want to note again, by the way, that I really want Cardboard to be good. I hope it is gonna be good, and hopefully this video proves me wrong. The fact that I don't have a lot of trust in Cardboard has nothing to do with the developer or with Cardboard as a project. It mostly has to do with it fundamentally being incredibly difficult to get a plugin API working on a Fabric server. Kinda like how I've also always been very skeptical with mods like Connector that allows you to run Fabric mods on NeoForge. Epic concept, very cool, really hard to pull off. I do love to see that both Sinitra Connector and Cardboard gave their own mod the cursed tab on Modrinth. The developers are aware this is immensely cursed. But enough yapping, let's give it a shot. I just installed Cardboard on this Minecraft server. You can see that right now, when I type version, the server is running Cardboard. And when we type /plugins, we have 0 installed. So let's go ahead and install some. So the first plugin I'm gonna install is World Guard. Of course, that means I also have to install World Edit because it's a dependency. But World Edit is not that interesting, because World Edit also has a mod version that you can just install on native Fabric. World Guard, on the other hand, does not have a native Fabric version, so if we can get this one working, that would be incredibly cool and something not possible without Cardboard. I'm also gonna try to install Fancy Holograms. Yes, this is a paper-only plugin, and I feel like the compatibility with paper plugins is gonna be a lot worse than with traditional Bucket plugins, but we can at least try it out. So I'm gonna install Fancy Holograms to see if we can get a hologram in game. That would be pretty cool. As a backup option, if Fancy Holograms doesn't work, I'm gonna try Decent Holograms, because Decent Holograms still has a Spigot version, and I feel like that might work better with Cardboard. Next, I want to see if we can get something like Essentials X working. I have my doubts with this one. It is a really big plugin, and I feel like it will instantly break, but we gotta try it right. This is just a fun experimental video, so let's see, Essentials X, can I get you running on Fabric? And Core Protect is also a great example of a plugin exclusive project that could be very beneficial on a modded server. So let's see if we can get it running. Okay, you know what? Sit. Let's try Sit as well. So inside of the root of our Minecraft server directory, you can see that we have a mods folder, but there's also a plugins folder now, because Cardboard cardboard is installed. Just this on its own, to see this, it's so cursed. But okay, let's upload every single one of them all at once and see if any of them actually work. All right, there we go. So like you can see, every single plugin has been loaded in correctly. But if that's actually true, that's up to me. Let's start with some simple commands, like the ones included in Essentials X. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna stand here, and I'm gonna type /set home. Okay, home set on the current location. Let's go. Now I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna do /home. Wow, okay, that works. It's a simple command, but it works. Let's now go here and do /set warp. Oh, I of course need to give it the name. Subscribe. There we go. And then we're gonna go away, warp, subscribe. Okay, so the teleport commands, they work fine. Now that I'm in survival, can I set myself to God mode? God mode enabled. Okay, I should now be invincible. Aha. So that did not go according to plan. Okay, I just relocked and I at least get the MOTD message from Essentials. So that's good. But my God mode still did not work. God mode enabled. Nope. Nope, it's not. That is not God mode. That is just me dying. Oh, what is happening? Hello? Hello, server? So my screen is completely frozen right now. Whatever you guys are seeing now, that's exactly what I'm seeing. And I'm completely unable to move. Hello? You working? You good, bro? Oh, that was really trippy. So the simple teleport commands do seem to work, but when it comes down to something that like actually modifies the player, so making me invincible, that seems to not work at all. Now next, let's try the XP command. XP at Kasaisora 1000 levels. Points? Just 1000? What do you want from me? Or is it not add? Is it set? XP set Katsasura 1000 levels? Just any XP? It's not giving me XP. /XP set Katsasura. That's exactly what it tells me to do here. XP give or set Katsasura amount 1000. That is this. Oh, this works, kind of. So if I type levels or points behind it, then it actually fills. But when I don't type them, it does work, but it doesn't actually add any XP, like you can see. It is stuck at level 26, and it's just not adding any more, which is really interesting. So it worked once, but then it immediately stopped working. So that definitely seems broken. So I currently don't have Vault installed, but seeing its current behavior, I doubt any economy feature will work, so let's just move on to the next plugin. Let's try fancy holograms next. Fancy holograms, create. I want to create a text. And then I need to give it a name. So subscribe. And then I should be able to type in my text. So subscribe to Kasai Sora. Press enter. Created hologram. No, you did not. You created nothing. Okay, F holo list. There is one. It's called subscribe. And it should be right here. Yeah. Okay, maybe I just freaked up the configuration. So let's do F holo. Edit, subscribe, and then we're gonna add a line. And the new line is gonna be, this is a test, please work, smiley face. No. Okay, so the hologram does exist, like in the file, but it's not actually showing up in the world. Now, to be fair, Fancy Holograms is a paper plugin, which means it is very modern and amazing for paper servers, but that does mean that with something like cardboard, it may be less compatible. So let's see if we can get decent holograms working. So decent holograms, create, subscribe. Subscribe to Kasai Sora? It's not even giving feedback. Wait, what? Decent holograms list? There are currently no holograms. Yeah, well, create one then. Oh, this is the format. DH, hologram, create, then the name. So subscribe. And after that, the content. Subscribe to Kasai Sora. Zero feedback whatsoever. There's still no holograms. What do you mean there are no holograms? So it did not show anything in game, but there is actually a huge error in the console as soon as I tried to execute this command. So yeah, this one is not working. But can we prevent griefing using Core Protect? Before I'm gonna try this, I personally think that the inspect feature will work, so we're able to see who broke a certain block, but I don't think the repair feature will actually work. That's just my guess. Let's try it out. So So I'm gonna break this block. I'm gonna replace it. There we go. Now go inspect and we left click and ooh, would you look at that? It is exactly right. I broke the block. I placed the block. Go inspect seems to work just fine. Now we're gonna just break down this tree completely. There we go. I'm grieving it. I'm destroying the tree. Yeah, that's broken. Okay, well, now we're gonna do /co restore. That's the command. Restore a radius of... a radius of 20 should be fine. And then the time, I will do 1 day. Then we press enter. And what did it do? Modified 1, 2, 3 chunks. Restore completed for worlds. No, you didn't. Okay, yeah, if I do go restore radius 20, it tells me to please specify the amount of time you want to restore. Yeah, if I do 1 day or 1 hour, then everything I just did should be restored. It's not doing that though. Okay, so yeah, you can use core protect for like looking up who grieved something. That seems to work fine, but restoring anything, that doesn't seem to work. Honestly, like I expected. Now, even though we're not done testing yet, there seems to be a common theme with plugin features that actually work. Things that modify the player or modify the world drastically, like for example hologram, those seem to not work at all. God mode didn't work, restoring anything with core protect didn't work, and creating a hologram did not work either. On the other hand, simple commands like homes and warps and teleports, but also being able to read block history, and of course the MOTD that appears as soon as you join the server, those things all work fine. So we can kind of predict what type of things are gonna work and what stuff doesn't. So seeing all the features that have worked thus far and all the features that have not, my prediction is that the sit plugin will not work whatsoever. Because it changes something in the world, it makes your character sit. I don't think it can do that, but let's give it a try. /sit reload. Okay, sit reload. Config reloaded. Great! Does it just want me to right click on the stairs? Is that what it wants? I think that's what it wants. Yeah, okay, you should totally be able to just sit on stairs. There it is. Sit on stairs and slabs. Right click on any stair or slab with an empty hand to sit. Not working, like expected. I didn't think it would work, but still disappointing. Now next, let's have a look at the very last plugin of today, World Guard. Can we get World Guard protection working in our world? First, let's try //want. That seems to work totally fine. Now, just for the jokes of it, does world edit work? We're gonna select 2 spots in the world, and then we do set stone. World edit works. Very cool. Not that cool though, because world edit does have a fabric version, so it works, which is great, but we could have also just installed the fabric mod and then it would have worked anyway. So nice that it works, but nothing revolutionary. But now let's see if World Guard works, because World Guard, that is only a plugin and not available as a mod. So let's select 2 corners and then we're gonna do //expand vertically. And after that, region define subscribe. Press enter. This region is now protected from modification from others. Well, then we need to get Bread Shop on. Okay, there we go. Bread Shop is in the server. There is me. Flying there. Let's see if I can break a block here inside of this protected region. And it works! World Guard works! Sorry, but you can't break that block here. Would you look at that? Well, World Guard seems to work just fine. But the real question is, of course, what flags will work? So World Guard has a bunch of flags. None of this works, by the way. We're not able to click inside of chat on buttons like we would be able to do on a plugin-based server. Luckily, you can just enable and disable world edit flags through commands. So that is something we can do. For example, PvP. So let's do region, flag, subscribe, PvP, deny. The PvP flag inside of subscribe has been changed to deny, which means I should now not be able to hit Kasasura. And I totally can. Okay, that works totally fine. So even though PvP is not allowed, I'm able to hit Kasasura without any problem, meaning that the base protect protection of the region, that one does work. I'm not able to break this block, for example. Yeah, no, I'm not. But PvP being on deny, that does not seem to work. Okay, so what have we learned here today? Cardboard is an incredibly cool project, and it's a great proof of concept. But is it actually useful in your day-to-day Minecraft server management life? Not really. If there are some simple things you want to get working, like homes or warps, or maybe a message that gets sent as soon as you join the server, that will work all fine. Co-inspect will even work, so you're able to see who broke blocks in your world. But anything that like actually interacts with the world, like spawning in holograms, you being able to sit, and even changing world guard flags, you know, the more complex things, that is when it all starts to fall apart. Now, if you want to experiment with cardboard yourself, feel free to. And if you know any Minecraft plugins that work really well with cardboard, feel free to leave them in the comments down below, because I, and I'm sure many of you guys, would be very interested to hear about that. And with all of that being said, that's gonna be it for today. Do make sure to sub to the channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members. And then I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, see you later, bye bye.